gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rock.
I'm back. Wait, 6 or 5, fixing to kick it into overdrive. I'm back. Y'all be hating that I'm alive. Well, guess who's back? I'm back. Gobble. I'm back. Wait, 6 or 5, fixing to kick it into overdrive. I'm back. Y'all be hating that I'm alive. Well, guess who's back? I'm back. Gobble. I'm back. Wait, 6 or 5, fixing to kick it into overdrive. I'm back. Y'all be hating that I'm alive. Well, guess who's back? I'm back. Gobble. I'm back. Wait, 6 or 5, fixing to kick it into overdrive. I'm back. Y'all be hating that I'm alive. Well, guess who's back? I'm back. Gobble. About to commit a crime on these fools one at a time. Cause they ever seen a mind as dangerous as mine. These fools will be running around blind, wishing they had a 9. What you're afraid of from me, I'm dying. It's either heaven or hell. But books be giving up in that cell, while Johnny and PBR fixing to go to jail. And don't forget also reacts who can't even count to 12. Whole pace is so stressed, cause he's never laid hands on 2 breasts. Getting off on grandma's wrinkled chest. Y'all forgot I'm way 615. I'm back. Gobble. Y'all forgot I'm way 615. I'm back. Gobble. Y'all forgot I'm way 615. Gobble. Now you got all that burn, kicking pregnant women while they're down, being the biggest rat in this town. Going to your DQ, acting a clown, filming and threatening little minors, acting like a little whiner. This lazy butt goes on YouTube as the king of e-begging, wanting others I'll pay the debt from all the charging, even asking for a trailer so they can get moving. Johnny, you're a loser, you never win, and you know pedaling up against me would be your biggest sin. I do to you what Lyle and Eric Menendez done to the cat. I'm back. Johnny, gobble. Don't think I'm weak like Ryan. I'm back. Johnny, I'm back. Don't think I'm weak like Ronnie. Gobble. Wait, 615. I fight to survive cause I have that drive. But you keep talking that crap on Creek Squad and you might just meet your God. Hope you get a bodyguard cause like I said before, I'm back. Wait, 615 being is back. Gobble. Coming with a full force attack. I'm back. Wait, 615 is back. I'm tired of all the smack. Gobble. I'm back. Wait, 615 is back. Who's back? Wait, 615 is back. Wait, 615 is back. Wait, 615 is back. Gobble. Coming with a full force attack. I'm back. Wait, 615 is back. I'm tired of all the smack. I'm back. Wait, 615 is back. Who's back? Wait, 615 is back.
Well, how are y'all doing tonight? I tell you, it's been I guess y'all could say an exciting day. Definitely been interesting. I've watched all kind of videos, lives, Some of them from people that we're not even attached to, some from those that we are, some of them from those that we watch. And I thought on some of them, what the hell? Have these people even ever spoke of politics? Do they know anything about politics? Where the hell are they getting their fucking information? Others are very informative. But it's like, Jesus, I mean, it's kind of funny. It really truly is. Some of them I thought I was listening to the best of Dagburn and PBR. While others, I mean, it's like, man, this is like some of the best news media, and it's not even news media. I actually subscribe to a new couple channels tonight that, actually done a real good job on this. I don't know how much y'all have checked in on it, how many different channels y'all have went to, how many new channels y'all have checked out on this. But yeah, it's really sad to see some of the stuff that's being put out there. It's like they're getting on there, it's like, hey, let's go talk about this. You know anything about it? Have you watched anything? Nope. But it's hot right now, so that's what we'll do. I mean, here we are talking about a man that was our president for 4 years and hopefully will be again for another 4 years. And yeah, I mean, they're talking about this like some of these true crime communities are on murder cases. They're just getting out there and just trying to get clicks and views. So yeah, I wanted to get into that. Normally this time I'd be doing who all is in here, nothing against tonight, but I'm just going to skip that and get to it. Number one, I've been under the weather the past few days, so I'm not going to be on here very long tonight. I did see at one point in time this right here come up. Biden over there condemning the political violence after the shooting at the Trump rally, just saying it's sick. I kind of thought, well, Biden, what were your thoughts here when you was vice president and this Black Lives Matter? That was very political. Went on for quite some time. Quite a bit of damage done. Quite a bit. Quite a few people hurt. He ever speak against it? No. Matter of fact, he thought they had every right. His president back then, which the same one told him what to do now, same thing. Biden, if you want to get technical, y'all kind of, y'all shot the first bullet off on this one. Y'all took the first shot. And Trump's, as you can tell, is not going to take it sitting down. That man, like he said, he heard it whiz right by, felt that blood, went down because he heard more shots. And even when Secret Service was on top of him, what was he doing? He's knocking their hands off, He's over there cheering on the crowd, letting them know, look, guys, I'm fine. They can't stop me. They're not going to stop us. He's letting them know. Unfortunately, there was another life that was lost. 2 more in critical condition. So prayers to all the families that are involved with that. Even Trump's put out his message to all of them. Here this man did get shot in the ear, not the head. It's been put out. Not the head, the ear. But he was lucky. He was very lucky. There was actually a New York Times reporter that took this picture right here. Now, if y'all screenshot this photo and then zoom in on it, because at first when I seen it, I thought, well, what the hell? And they're checking this photo out, just making sure. But coming from the photographer, and the photographer's well known, they think it's totally legit. So where they circled this red, this wasn't me. You will see a line right there. Or they think that was the bullet that he heard whiz by. Now, just right before this, he was facing the mic. And if you look at how he's got his head there, that bullet, that would have been the one that got his ear. But they are checking it out. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, a lot of the information that was first released before the news media in the U.S. released it got from Australia. That and the BBC. But Australia was actually one of the first ones putting it out. I was really surprised on that, and I will show y'all some of the stuff that I'm talking about. And a lot of times, I mean, like when it comes time for all the presidential election stuff, I've told people, yeah, I don't even watch our news over here for the cold hard facts, because there's several news media outside the U.S. that, well, they don't care who they hurt, or who, you know, not who they hurt, but who they piss off. They're telling it just right down the middle. But I'm not one of these that I'm just going to watch one news media because that's the way they tell it. It's kind of like when Trump's giving his speech. I'm going to watch it. I like Trump, but I'm also going to watch Biden and these others, whether they're Democrat or Republic. Because if we only get used to listening to one, we're hurting ourselves. Let's find out what the other people are saying. Now, of course, here they are rushing in. This is checking on them. Now, I've heard a lot of things saying that Biden denied him, all that. All presidents, when they serve their term, get Secret Service. The only way he would not get Secret Service is if he himself denied, or if he would have been, if they had got him, you know, the past 2 or 3 times they tried, he'd have lost it. But no, he wasn't denied here at the convention when he's going to announce who his VP is. They'll be given extra security after that point. It happens every time there's a presidential race. That at that point, there's extra detail given to him. Now, he'll be given extra detail as of today because of what happened. The guy he's picking for his vice president, he don't have any detail right now. He won't. They never do. Not until it's announced. So some of the stuff that y'all been hearing, it's false. Y'all can look it up. It's absolutely false. First thing he done when he got up, he's cheering on the crowd. I mean, think about this. This guy's life could have been over like that. If his head would have been turned a quarter, he could have been gone. There he is, all the Secret Service over him. Now, I've heard people complain about, well, they had him up there too long. Why didn't they rush him down? That was their job, to have him up there, check him out, make sure no other injuries, to where they wouldn't cause any harm by moving them. That's what they're trained for. They go through so much training that they know what each one of these are doing. There he is again, telling everybody, look, fuckers, I'm fine. They can't stop us. They've tried. But I'm fine. I mean, look what all this man has went through that the Democrats have thrown at him. and he's not knocked him over with it. Hell, if that would have been Biden, we all know he'd have shit his pants or his diaper. Hell, he done it just walking off on stage. Now, this right here came from the Australian news. First ones to put this out.
You know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Now, I've heard people talk about, he must have really been nervous. Look at him twerking and all that, Some people actually thought that was the shooter. It's like, how can you think that's the shooter when he's firing the other direction? It's like, what are you? Are you another Austin Reacts? Are you stoned, drunk? What? I mean, that literally makes no sense. But look at the direction the man is shooting. Do you think it went around the world in just a few seconds and came back and got him? The reason the gun jerked like that, the tripod, he's on a metal roof. That gun right there's got one hell of a kickback. He has no way of planning that tripod. They don't have any sandbags on it. That's not him. But in just a matter of seconds after the gunman fired, he fired. He took him out. You got to give this guy credit right here. He didn't waste no time. He done his job. Now, Pat, obviously you know nothing about that gun, that tripod, what he's shooting off of. He flinched. That's now, you don't flinch in that short of time. If you timed it from the first shot to his shot, no, he didn't have time to flinch. That guy right there, they even went into some of the detail on him. He's done this his whole time with them. He's got a, well, let's just say he can't be ashamed of his career. I've seen the whole clip. I've seen it probably 40 times, to be honest with you. I watched it over and over. And you ask somebody that was trained or something like that, they're going to tell you the exact same thing. Because if you look at the tripod that it is, the type of roof that it's on, you're going to get the same reaction. You take the best marksmanship up there, you're going to get the same reaction on it. There's no weight on it. Look at the tripod. If there was on that back left one, you would see it. Like you claim. But okay, I mean, you know. But yeah, I heard that over and over, and I laughed my ass off. I really, truly did. Christopher Cunningham, that's because the doctors, and I had a hard time with this because there should have been Secret Service at the gate when he got there. They held the doctor up because he's got metal in him and he was going off. They actually talked with the doctor that was called in, and he was talking about the security and the issues they had there. So when he tried to get in, and for some reason they didn't have people there to go ahead and rush them through. No, that was an issue. That right there didn't make any sense whatsoever. But he said it took him, you know, from the time they got the call to the time they get through the gate, an hour. Most of it was because of security and the metal that he's got in him. Now, I forgot what area he said. It was like his arm or his leg. I know it was a limb. But he said he kept going off, and there was issues with that. And there were some parts that were given out that were false. They were first saying 200 to 300 feet. Well, no, because that would have still been inside the perimeter. It was 300 yards from Trump to where the guy was at. So, I mean, some of the stuff like that. And of course, I mean, you go back to the last assassination attempt, the major, Reagan, which was March the 30th of 81. When that first came out, there were stories that were so off. Yeah, Blue Eyes, they had actually talked with a FBI official a few hours ago. And now I know in his story, he told him, he said, no, he said, it's not 300 feet, it's 300 yards. Probably tomorrow or the next day when they've gotten their investigation on down, because the FBI is taking it over. Probably more in depth. That's when it's really going to get interesting. Like they're saying they're not going to release the guy's name for probably another couple of hours, but I've heard for the past 4 hours or so that people are saying that the guy's name is, and they're giving names out. I've heard 2 or 3 names. So I don't know if I would run with any of them until we actually get an official name. But honestly, I wouldn't watch Fox or any of them. I'd be watching the BBC or Australia or something like that, because they're getting information a lot quicker. I mean, hell, and that's been going on since the 60s. Hell, there was shit dealing with Elvis that was released overseas in papers before it was ever printed in the U.S. Same way with Little Richard. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, even in the music industry, it's the same way. So, yeah, that's one of the names I've heard, but I've also heard a different name as well that wasn't even anywhere close to that, which was one of the first names I'd heard. And so that's the reason I'm saying, Blue Eyes, I would wait for sure before, if anybody goes live and starts throwing out a name, because, well, it's like I always said, I would like to know for sure on something like that, have it triple checked, and come to find out, be wrong. And, here we are, we've classified somebody as a shooter. Now that may be that's a possibility. The van, I don't know. See, I'm curious to, who was the other person that they took in, and could the other person actually be the name that's being spread around right now? Because we've only heard one name on TV. Well, I'll take it back. Well, I've heard multiple names, but I've heard one name on several stations. But who's the guy that they brought in? Is it a possibility that may be the guy's name? I've heard people say that, Christopher Cunningham, as far as on YouTube, as many channels as I've watched and flipping through, because I want to see who's giving out the most information the same, and how some are veering off. I haven't heard too much of that right there from, unless it's just one of these off the wall news channels that, I mean, you just really wouldn't get into anyhow. I do know that they were saying on social media, all different kind of platforms that, like you had Democrats over there denying that he got shot, that it was something that was staged and all that. And, then you had Republicans in the same chat that were going back and forth. And that's why they're saying, let's not start all this. We don't need another January the 6th. And it's like these news channels are trying to turn this now into something that it's not. So instead of talking about what has happened, they're wanting to turn it around and make the Republicans look bad. And that's that's not the case. It don't look like a Republican that was doing the shooting. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Christopher Cunningham. They're saying that it was fake, that it was all staged. Yeah. And as far as the convention, no, that will not be canceled. It's too big of a thing. I mean, that is the biggest security detail that they have, and he's not going to miss that. I mean, oh no, that's the thing. That's, everybody wants to say, we need gun control. Gun control ain't gonna stop it. Now there are a few things I would like to see changed with that, but yet they talk about gun control, but yet they're wanting to change it to where people that really don't need it, shouldn't get them, are going to be out to be able to receive them now. I don't think he's going to be hiding behind any glass protectors unless he's forced to by a security team. If it's up to him, he'll be doing them just like he has been. He's going to let them know, look, guys, I'm not scared. Now, the detail is going to be doubled, I'm pretty sure. The perimeter is going to be wider, but that's expected. That's something that's not even going to be his choice. Well, here's the thing. So, Cajun, so was it done by, and this is what they got to look into, because if it was a group thing, then it would have been easier for the FBI and them to pick up on. If it's an individual thing, well, that's virtually impossible for them to find ahead of time. So, I mean, could this be just a guy that had lost it, was so mad for some reason that this was just him wanting to do it? Or, if it's a group thing, then it would have been planned out. And somewhere along the line, you're going to have several discussions and stuff like that, and there's going to be a trace. So I guess they're searching his house, computers, and everything right now, and maybe that'll be found. Jay Johnson, he did miss, but if Trump wouldn't have turned his head, it would have been a different story. Now, the one thing I'm really curious about, and there was several discussions on this earlier, is the caliber. Because I've heard several people say that they believe from the sound that it was a very small caliber. Well, if that FBI agent Allers was right about the distance, and it's extremely small caliber, and from the type even he's shooting, supposedly wanting to be shooting with, and if y'all seen the flags and all, that's not gonna fly with me. So I'm really curious to see the results on what kind of gun it was and all. Yeah, to me, Blue Eyes, it's going to have to be something bigger than that. I mean, yeah, he could sight him in with a scope, but with a small caliber like that, I don't care what kind of scope you got for what distance. Well, see, even that though, Jay. So even if it is an AR style here, and how many times have you seen them say it was an AR style rifle, and you see the gun and it's not? I mean, how many guns are made to look like an AR, and it's not? So that's what I'm really curious about. I really truly want to see the gun. That's the main thing right there. But I mean, either way, I mean, he hit him. He got him in the ear. Like I said, had he been turning and facing the mic, it would have been a different story. Thank goodness he wasn't. And y'all thought he had a fire under his ass before today? I can't wait till the next debate. Can you imagine the fire he's going to have going up against Biden after this shit? That's going to be interesting as hell. A matter of fact, his next rally, I told my wife that he's going to come out with one hell of a damn song. He's going to come out with one of probably the best songs dealing with this. And it's going to make them all, I mean, every Democrat's just going to drop their head like, what the fuck are we going to do? Oh, yeah, I mean, y'all think, well, he wasn't in the hospital no time. Hell, he probably looked like he got in a fight with Mike Tyson. Hell, Evander Holyfield was probably in the hospital longer than Trump. Of course, he's got taken well care of as soon as he got there. Best damn doctors. And you can imagine how much more he's going to be going up in points because of this. I mean, people are going to be looking at him thinking, yeah, this motherfucker is gangster, just like Cody was saying earlier. I mean, Obama may have had a gangster name. Trump just proved right there he's gangster as hell. Hell, he would have kept on. He'd have got back up on the podium and continued talking if it wouldn't have been for the Secret Service. Jay, that's probably what happened because you just barely cut that ear deep enough, you're gonna bleed. Oh no, they were saying that Biden was wanting to talk with him, and I'm sitting here. I told my wife we were watching. I said, "Yeah." I said, "I see that happening." I said, "Trump's gonna be like, yeah, hand me that phone. Hey Joe, fuck off." I said, "That's gonna be about the extent of that conversation." Yeah, I mean, Biden just, yeah, he's in a world of hurt. Trump can come out his next rally with a Superman outfit on. Yeah, Blue Eyes said whoever wrote Biden's speech the other day was wanting to draw blood. Well, there was some blood drawn, that's for sure, but I don't know. It may have been a political grave that's going to be dug because I believe Trump's fixing to bury him in points. My wife was like, we were watching it and they were saying, well, Biden's going to be coming back on here in a couple of hours to give another update and all. She goes, no, he won't. I said, what do you mean? She goes, they don't want him talking after 8 o'clock, and I like to fell out. Because they're always talking about they don't want Biden to do anything after 8 because, it kind of loses it afterwards. Maybe Jill needs to step up there. Yeah, straight hitter. Well, I believe it. I believe deep down, Johnny is a Democrat. He wants to tell everybody that he's a Republican, but yeah, he just shows too much of a Democratic. I mean, all of them do. Um, Also, I swear, if they had an IQ test in order to get a voter registration card, poor Austin would never be able to vote, along with quite a few of the others. I mean, I, as much as I brag Johnny about being the e-beggar king, I'm going to have to take that away from Johnny. I actually believe Austin is because in the past 3 or 4 weeks, I've seen Austin do it on community posts about 5 or 6 times. Now, I honestly believe I'm going to have to give that one to Austin Relapse. And the weird thing with him, getting off topic, he still don't realize how he tagged me wrong. He thinks because he put my name in there and then 615, he don't realize that that's not the handle on my channels. It's not Wade Dever 615. It's Wade 615. And he misspelled Seeper. Yeah, I mean, it just went right over his head. And Austin, that's the reason they didn't turn blue. But this right here, now, I mean, who would you rather vote for? A man that'll take a bullet for you and keep going, or a man that's gonna sit there and shit himself on stage, forget what he's saying, considers himself a black woman? Yeah, I mean, president's supposed to be ready and going 24 hours a day for the country, but this one right here, well, he's got, Biden, he's got to stop at 8 p.m. He's got, he's only good for about 10 hours a day. But no, I just wanted to get on here, straighten up a few things where I've seen quite a few people telling the wrong stuff. Like I said, some of them are people that we don't even follow. Some of them were. But yeah. Blue Eye says, I'll go for the convicted so-called felon. Yeah. And I believe it's, there were early report that the guy was even Mexican. And I mean, that was one of the earliest reports. And it was weird too, because as soon as he started talking about immigration, shots were fired. That's another thing. We got to get Trump back in there so we can stop all this BS with letting all these illegals in here and setting them up. We got to finish that wall and get back to saving our own country. Yeah, Blue Eyes, there's quite a few people that put that on Instagram and everything else today, and boy, these news medias, but they don't realize, no, man, we gotta get him in office no matter what it takes. Yeah, they're over saying that, Republicans are saying, no, we got to have another January 6th. It's like, y'all got to quit twisting the words, because, yeah, that's just a bad business. Y'all gonna keep doing that, this man's gonna get in office and he's gonna make y'all look real bad. So I don't know. I think all of us next few days ought to just be tagging on any and everything. Trump 2024. Show our support, especially, especially this week after what he's went through. Also, folks, don't forget, we stand with Gotcha Man. Got to show that tag as well. So, but I'm going to get off here. Get me some rest. I do appreciate it. Like I said, I was going to keep this one short tonight. be on the lookout. I may do another live tomorrow or early in the week. It's just been a bad past few days. So, but I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Hope y'all have a great night, and yeah, show y'all's American pride. Appreciate that, Michelle. Appreciate all my mods coming in, helping out. Appreciate everybody coming in, showing support. Oh, what's going on, Seafer?
What's up? Hell, I didn't even know you was live.
Well, it was a last minute decision. I decided to go live. I'd watched several channels, some that we watched, some new, and I mean, I was seeing some bad information being put out, some off the wall shit. I mean, it was like watching a Dagburn and PBR, and I just had to get on here. And I mean, some of them were talking about the sniper that took him out. One person actually thought that was the shooter, and it's like, what do you think? The bullet went around the world in just a half a second? You know, I mean, one of them thought the sniper, you know, how bad he looked because the tripod, the tripod is on a metal roof, angled metal roof, not even weighted down, and so they thought he was chirking.
Yeah, that whole there's some weird shit going on with there. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, like, they were trying to warn the cops and the fucking Secret Service and them about dude crawling up on the fucking roof with a fucking rifle. What's up, Michelle D?
Yeah, I've seen him interviewing that guy. It's kind of interesting. And like I told my wife, the only thing I could think of is that, they were having to, the way I could picture it was him telling them he was probably excited, because of course, seeing what he has. And so they were probably trying to get him to calm down, explain it again. And by the time that all took place, because they've got to get the information and get it radioed in to Secret Service, which they probably didn't even have time, because the guy said within 3 to 4 minutes, he said all of a sudden you hear 4 or 5 shots, which all those shots weren't from him. But yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. What's up, Sean Apple Creek? Yeah, it was really weird, because I mean they had people there already, like law enforcement, Secret Service, and all that shit. It's just weird. I mean, I just found out a while ago he was, I guess, which you never know, but I guess they're saying he's 20 years old.
Well, I've heard people mention names and age. They've been saying that's out for hours, but the FBI just said they have not released any names that they made within a couple hours. But see, the FBI just took it over, and they even stated themselves that Secret Service hasn't released any information. So what I was wondering was, could that possibly be the guy that they took in? So, until we know for sure, because there's been several names that's been thrown out on different channels. And I think I know which one you're talking about, the one somebody put in chat. I'd hate to put out a name and then come to find out 2 days later that the name we put out isn't his name. And we've tagged somebody as a attempted assassin.
I thought it was hi, Miss Kathy. I thought it was kind of. You hear Biden when they ask him, was it an assassination attempt?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, I don't know. I don't have the facts. Like, dude, be fucking for real.
What, did you see the picture from the New York Times photographer?
Oh, I didn't see that.
So now they're getting it. They're looking into it. And they feel that it's pretty legit, considering this guy is a well-known photographer through them, and you had to zoom in. But during many of his photos that he was taking, you see how it caught that right there? You see that little white line?
Oh yeah.
Now, this was the news media that done that little circle, not me. Now, he just got done turning his head. He was facing the mic. And so they're saying that is what he had heard before getting hit. Because he had stated that, he had heard a whistling sound and then felt the blood. So, I mean, if he would have been facing the mic at that time, it would have been a different story.
Yeah, the Lord was definitely with him today. Cause I mean, it wouldn't have took much, just a different angle, a little different, hell, an inch could have meant the world to him. I mean, it could have been life or death with just another inch.
And a lot of the information that's being released, I've noticed it's coming. You can watch the Australia news, and they're getting information before the news media in the U.S. is putting it out.
Wow.
And it's just like the footage of the sniper. They had it out before the U.S. news media had it out.
Yeah, I hadn't been able to catch up on a lot of it. I've just been catching bits and pieces here and there.
Yeah, it was definitely it'll be interesting. Like I told them, the main thing I'm waiting to see is I want to see about the gun, because a lot of people that they talked to and all that were saying small caliber. They're pretty much hinting around. They thought it was a 22. Then they come out with it's an AR style rifle. And they talked to one FBI guy that the news media said something about it being 200 to 300 feet. And the guy said, no. He said, if it's 200 to 300 feet, it'd have been inside the compound of inside the perimeter. He said it was actually 300 yards, which a lot of people are saying now. They're saying 150 and all. But I'm sitting here thinking, well, 300 yards, even if it's AR style, it's a 22. Yeah, I mean, he could have sighted them with any scope, but 300 yards with a 22, and there was wind that day. If you notice the flags, I'm not going to put my money on that. Not at where he was at, what he was on. I mean, not to be that accurate.
Yeah, I mean, it's what's up, Brandy B? Um, hmm. Yeah, it's definitely strange because I mean, 150 yards with an AR is, I mean, that's a fucking easy ass shot. That's child's play to shoot that shot.
Well, I mean, even like that FBI guy said, an AR is nothing that you would use for this kind of distance. It's not, it's more of a, how was it he worked? In other words, if there's something more closer combat than 300 yards, He said with something like that, you're more or less going to be something with something more high powered,
You know, every time that something happens, it's always, oh, it's an AR. It's an AR. It's assault rifle. It's fucking. That's not even what fucking AR stands for.
Well, and here's the thing, and we discussed this earlier. So look at the amount of guns that they have classified as an AR when stuff happens, and it's not. It's one of these that's been dressed up. It's not what's actually classified as an AR. Yeah, Nitro. That's what we had stated earlier. I mean, he was lucky. And so here's another thing. So there's been, I think there was 14 assassination attempts or assassinations on presidents in the history. How many ex-presidents have y'all ever heard of that's had an assassination attempt? If I'm not mistaken, this is the first. Yeah, Kathy. I mean, it's that's what I told my wife earlier. I think this was the first one.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, which I had a feeling that something was gonna happen. I mean, they want him gone. Like they don't want him in that White House no more. And I mean, that should speak volumes to everybody in the damn America, which I think they might have sealed their fate today, which I didn't have no doubt in it anyway, and unless they want to damn rig shit and cheat shit and mail in shit. But I mean, Trump is a gangster, man. I mean, he got up and he's like, no, 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 let me get my shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things he kept telling them, grab my shoe, grab my shoe. Yeah. he Oh, he would have finished that if it wouldn't have been for Secret Service.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna smack the little girl Secret Service down he was trying to when he was fist pumping and all.
Yeah, that's what my wife said. She goes, that poor woman. Number one, she's so damn short. Oh, well.
And I tell you, there's a couple of them there that I watched how they handled their weapons. They couldn't even holster. I mean, like I don't know who they had on assignment with him, but there was a couple of them they couldn't even holster their weapons back. And I'm like, wow, and y'all are Secret Service?
Yeah, well, see, the whole thing is those guys that got up there to them in the first spot, actually, they done their job, what they're trained for now. They're not like how they used to be in the 70s and 80s and all. Their job's to get there, make sure he doesn't have any other injuries and all that. That's the reason you notice that the second team that came in up front and behind them that had the rifles and all.
Oh yeah, those were the main people.
Yeah, those were the main people. The ones that went to him were checking him out. That's the reason they didn't rush him right off. They want to make sure that he had no other injuries. Because it used to be they would just rush straight to him, grab him, and go. Well, they got a whole different way of doing it now.
Yeah, now they're just human shields.
Yeah, I mean, it's even like I told my wife when the woman was up there, I said, she's not doing her job. She goes, what do you mean? She's supposed to have her arm up. There's an opening between her and the guy next to him on the left. She's supposed to be blocking his head. I mean, there for quite some time, there was an opening or it could have been a headshot from a different angle. And then if you notice the guy on the other side of the guy that was to the left of her, he went over there and threw his arm up. Well, when he did, she realized what she wasn't doing, and she all of a sudden threw her left arm up there. But the big thing that I thought was a clusterfuck, and they had spoke with the doctor about this, was so it took him from the time he got the call to the time he was able to get to him, an hour. When he got to the security gate, he's either got metal, and I don't forget where he says, either in his arm or his leg. He's got a bunch of metal, and so they wouldn't let him through. Well, to me, they should have already been notified there that once he got there, just send him straight through. But they kept him there because of that issue, and it took so long for them to get him through to get to the president. And they may have done that because the injury itself wasn't as bad. I mean, y'all seen how he was. I mean, well, I don't know to say if it's not going to stop, but Trump and Biden, I'm going to say both their security details going to be so damn tight now, because you got to think Biden's probably so damn worried with all the stuff they've said, and then this happens. I mean, that motherfucker's going to be shitting his diaper before he even goes up on stage anywhere now. And here's another thing. Look at all these actors and actresses and other bigwigs that wish death. I mean, what was that one here several years ago? Remember, held a fake head of him up? You know what I'm talking about, Seeper?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, didn't he say something about let me get my thoughts back real quick. Didn't he say something the other day about Trump needed to be in the crosshairs or something?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like to me that could be inciting violence.
Hey, if we put crosshairs on somebody just as a, an overlay and not, my God, I mean, let's see if all these other Democrats on here want to agree. Oh, Cashville, I early voted actually today. I actually got out, went down the road just for that early this morning. It started yesterday.
Ooh. Yeah, I think they're gonna have to ramp up security on all fronts. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and and I'm not going to mention any names, but if I was the guy that's fixing to be his running mate, now he can get, and he'll probably get security through his local law enforcement right now. But until Monday, when Trump makes the announcement, he doesn't get any Secret Service detail. I
Oh
don't think
man,
I don't think I'd be going outside the house.
yeah, he just needs to get him some good private security.
Yeah, well, I mean, he can get it and probably already has it through the local law enforcement. But as far as Secret Service and all, no, he can't. Not until Monday when the announcement's made, and I believe that's when they're doing it. Yeah, I mean, I got a feeling that when the next poll comes out, y'all are going to see Biden's points take a bigger nosedive than what it has over this. Trump's going to go up several points just after this. Yeah, let me check on something. Okay, smart mouth. Do me a favor. Tell me where you seen that, because what I just seen from 10 minutes ago is that they're not releasing. Okay, exclusive. Oh no, that was multi hours ago. Go to their website. The only thing I'm seeing is where the New York Post is saying, but that they have found out, but that was even from several hours ago. Direct TV, well, yeah, that don't really. Does Direct TV channel 360 have a name? I mean, come on breaking news. Unidentified. Okay, well, until get it verified, I'm gonna ask y'all to please not put it off in Fox News. Well, I'm not. Seaver, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, I mean, never mind. So I was gonna look something up. Okay, folks. Well, like I had said earlier, I was fixing to get off here, so yeah, just look for a live maybe tomorrow night or first of the week. So yeah,
Yes.
I'll like I said, I just wanted to report that because I'd seen several. I actually subbed up to a few channels tonight that off watching information on this because it was actually some pretty good channels that I mean, hell, they were
Yes,
better
sir.
than a lot of the news channels, and then there were some tonight that I literally thought was the Dagburn and PBR show.
Yeah, so they're saying in chat that the FBI has reported the guy's name.
Yeah, they're saying in there that it was reported by the FBI. But
Yeah.
I mean, New York Times, like I said, stated 4 hours ago that I guess Cashwell didn't hear me, or I just want to be another smart. Cashwell, I seen where you was starting that stuff up with people, and then all of a sudden you had enough, you wasn't gonna get into it anymore. What happened there, buddy? Did they come after you hard?
Well, hell, I guess I'm gonna jump down. Wait, I gotta run in this store real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop off here. I guess Cashwell's earbuds only working half the time. So, but I'll see y'all next time. I appreciate y'all coming in.
All right, holler at me later.
All right, talk to you then.
Okay, all right. See ya.
Bye bye. All right, Cashwell, go suck a dick. I'm sure you can go over there with some of the other ones.